Support for Smollett exploding online from Hollywood A-listers to political heavyweights. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi tweeting the racist, homophobic attack on Jussie Smollett is an affront to our humanity.
Welcome to this week's Wacky Moments of Liberal Expression. This week brought about the media's defense on how they address the Jussie Smollett allegations.
My initial reaction was sadness. I wasn't shocked.
Yeah, CNN hosts were not shocked. I wonder why. Let's find out. Let's go to this CNN panel.
There was a lot of a rush to judgment. I mean, I think in a lot of these I think in a lot of these sort of speculative controversies where the media is necessarily reporting on a story really, really early when we don't know much, folks have to go with what they suppose, and what we knew at the time was the president's supporters are racist.
What? The liberal media knows that, do they?
And what we knew at the time was the president's supporters are racist.
This week, the liberal media claimed that they don't do speculation.
You know, it's been interesting trying to report on this particular story, and we've done several reports on this show, just the facts straight. Here's what we know, here's what we don't know, because you don't want to get into a place where you are you're just sort of speculating about things.
Right. Good thing that they didn't speculate or get sucked into using that political narrative.
Support for Smollett exploding online from Hollywood A-listers to political heavyweights. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi tweeting the racist, homophobic attack on Jussie Smollett is an affront to our humanity. No one should be attacked for who they are or whom they love. Democratic presidential candidate and Senator Kamala Harris also weighing in, calling Smollett one of the kindest, most gentle human beings I know, and calling the attack an attempted modern-day lynching. Now, U.S. Congressman from Illinois Bobby Rush is calling for an immediate and sweeping civil rights investigation into the racist and homophobic attack on Jussie Smollett.
Okay, there's tons and tons of the Smollett stuff, but it's time now for something different. This week, the liberal media decided that it wanted to feel the burn as Bernie Sanders announced his candidacy for the Oval Office. And immediately, he requested that the media help him explain his unique brand of socialism.
Well, I don't want to say that. I think most people would say that.
Is that your argument then against your competitors, which is, I was Medicare for all before Medicare for all was cool? People will say, my goodness, there's no way everybody's going to get covered, and some of the estimates that come out.
No, I need you in the media to help us explain the truth.
Yeah. Well, just because he asked the liberal media to help sell his socialism doesn't mean that they actually will.
Will America feel the burn? That's the question this morning now that Bernie Sanders has made it official. In 2016, Bernie Sanders changed the Democratic Party. He made democratic socialism cool.
Of course it does. But at least they're not out there promoting socialism on the whole.
You can't have 400 richest Americans controlling as much wealth as the bottom 150 million without courting a backlash. So many Democrats are proposing major tax hikes on the wealthiest Americans, and some of their policies, like free college tuition, are broadly popular. Now, this may be big-time budget busting, but it's not Soviet-style socialism.
Okay, well then, the liberal media just must be right. I mean, they've never been historically inaccurate, like this week when they discussed one of America's founding fathers and famous Virginian, George Washington.
Hi, Ari.
Hi, Katie. I wanted to wish you a happy President's Day.
You know, it is George Washington's Day here in New York, unlike the rest of the country, because George Washington, native son of New York.
Big up, big New Yorker.
That's right.
East Coast. He was known as an East Coast one.
Yeah, he's known for being an East Coast guy, not a Virginian.
George Washington, native son of New York.
Big up, big New Yorker.
That's right.
East Coast. He was known as an East Coast one.
He was New York's Big Papa.
Wow, that is all the time we have this week. I'm Eric Shiner, also known as an East Coast one for MRC-TV. We'll be back with more liberal media wackiness next week.